Hi, grade threes. It's great seeing you on this terrific Tuesday of our second week, excuse me, of distance learning. All right, today we are going to be continuing on with lesson 4 of our module 7. So please make sure you've got your module 7 learn book, module 7. And we are going to be doing lesson 4. So I'm going to share my screen with you, and then we're going to see what we need in order to get started. And then we'll have a look at our learning objective for the day. So today's learning objective says, I can compare and classify quadrilaterals. It's the same objective as yesterday because today is part 2 of that lesson. And we know that comparing means we look at two different things and see what's the same between them. And classifying is when we look at the attributes or the things about the shape that we can classify and say what they are. So I could say one of my classifications is that I have pale skin and I am a man. That is one of my classifications. Brain, what's one of your classifications? I'm blue and I don't have any arms. Fantastic, Brain. So our next word is quadrilaterals. And we are thinking about what a quadrilateral is. Brain, can you remember from yesterday what a quadrilateral is? It's a shape with 4 sides. Yep, well done. A shape with 4 sides and 4 angles. What's an angle, Mr. Dib? Well, the angle is a corner of a shape where 2 lines come together. Oh, so a shape with 4 sides and 4 angles. Yep. So a square. Well, a square is one of them, but there are lots of kinds of quadrilaterals. And in just a minute after we do our fluency, we're going to be looking back and remembering from yesterday so we can finish today's lesson. All right, so in order to do today's lesson, we need to make sure that we have our math journal to write down information to keep our brains healthy with. We need to have our learn book open to page 16 today. We will be doing 17 and 18 as well, but we're starting on 16. And we need our practice book today open to page 105. We also need our Succeed book pages on page 183, 185, and 186 as our homework today. So it is time to do page 105 in your practice book. You can pause the video and finish the page before you push play. So pause the video right now, do page 105, make sure you answer all the questions, and then push play when you're done. Welcome back, grade threes. All right, we are going to be looking at the answers from our practice book. Remember, this is page 105. I'm going to do the first row as an example, and then I'm going to ask you to go through and check your work and say the multiplication sum and the answer. So we could say 4 times 1 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, 4 times 3 is 12. 4 times 4 is 16. Yep. All right, grade threes, go through and check the rest of your work. Make sure you're saying the multiplication sum and the answer because that means it will help stick in our beautiful brains. I'm a beautiful brain. Yep. All right. When you're done doing that, you can push play. Until then, pause the video, read out and check your answers, and then push play when you're done to carry on with our with our fluency, All right, well done for finishing up checking your work. We are going to be doing our counting today with units of 5. So I'm going to ask you to count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That was easy. All right, now we're going to turn those 5s into those numbers, into groups of 5. So we're going to start off and we're going to say 1 5. 2 5s, 3 5s, 4 5s, 5 5s, 6 5s, 7 5s, 8 5s, 9 5s, 10 5s. All right, and let's count backwards from 10 5s back to 1 5. 10 5s, 9 5s, 8 5s, 7 5s, 6 5s, 5 5s, 4 5s, 3 5s, 2 5s, 1 5, 0 5s. All right, and let's go through first in your journal. If you need to pause the video, go ahead, write out your 5 times table, and then we're going to get started counting by 5s using our math hands. So first, write out your 5 times table in your journals, and when you're ready, push play, and then we're going to go through. Welcome back, grade 3s. All right, so let's start with 0 5s, and we're going to count up, and then we're going to count back down, and we're going to be doing this twice. So 0 5s is 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. And let's count backwards. 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5, 0. All right, let's do that one more time. I'm not going to say the numbers though. I will be showing you my math hands. Make sure you're using your math hands and saying the numbers as you count. So, well done. All right, let's get ready to go backwards, starting at our 10 5s, which is 50. Well done, everybody. All right. Now, in our books, in your journals, I'd like you to copy this out just as it is. You can pause the video right now to make sure it's copied into your books. And when you're done, push play, and we're going to be getting started. Welcome back. All right. So I'm going to be showing you what we are counting by. We're going to start counting by this row over here. And we're going to count together. And we're going to say 1 5, 10, 3 5s, 20, 5 5s, 30, 4 5s, 50, 6 5s, 70, 60, Wait. All right, we're going to start counting our row over here, and we're going to count it together. 1 5, 10, 3 5s, 20, 5 5s, 3 5s, 20, 5 5s, 30, 7 5s, 40, 9 5s, 50. All right, and now we're going to count the row underneath. Here it is. 5, 2 5s, 15, 4 5s, 25, 6 5s, 35, 8 5s, 45, 10 5s. If you look at this, you'll notice 2 5s equals 10, 3 5s equals 15, 4 5s equals 20, 5 5s equals 25, 6 5s equals 30, 7 5s equals 35, 8 5s equals 40, 9 5s equals 45, 10 5s equals 50. So make sure that you know what the grouping number of 5s by is. 1 5 is 5, 2 5s is 10, 3 5s is 15, 4 5s is 20, 5 5s is 25, 6 5s is 30, 7 5s is 35, 8 5s is 40, 9 5s is 45, 10 5s is 50. All right, let's go on to our next screen. And you need to be on page 16 in your learn books because we are doing our application problem. So here is our application problem. Remember, we're going to be doing our RDW, read, draw, write, to make sure we know how to do this. So it says, the third graders raised $437 in a fundraiser. The fourth graders raised $68 less than the third graders. That's because third graders are the best. How much money did the two grade levels raise all together? All right, well, I'm gonna let you pause this video. Go ahead, try to figure it out. And when you're done, you can push play and we're going to be checking our answer. All right, welcome back, grade threes. So the first thing we need to do is find out how much the fourth graders raised. We know that the third graders raised $437, good for us. And the fourth graders raised $68 less. So we can take 68 away from 437, 437 minus 68, 7 minus 8, we can't do. So we need to borrow from our 3 to make it into a 2. And we put our 1 to make that into 17. 17 minus 8 is 9. Our next one, we've got 2. We can't take 6 away from 2. So we borrow from our 4. We turn it into a 3. And we make that 2 into 12. 12 minus 6 is 6. And 3 minus nothing is 3. So we know that the fourth graders raised $369 and the third graders raised $437. If we put these two numbers together, we get $806 all together. So both grades together raised $806. All right, we are ready for our concept development. If you need to take a break, stop for a second, go and take a quick break, push pause, and then you can come on back. All right, grade threes, we're moving on to our concept development. So we know that we are working with shapes called polygons. Polygons are a shape with 3 sides or more, and they have 3 angles or more. And we are working with shapes called quadrilaterals today. Brain, what's a quadrilateral? A quadrilateral is a shape with 4 sides and 4 angles. Well done, brain. So we can group these shapes together. This is what we did yesterday. We're going to do a quick review, and then we're going to be looking at this. We know that we can group them by name, like we can put all the squares together. We can group them by the number of sides they have and by the number of angles they have. But how many sides do all quadrilaterals have? 4 sides. Well done. How many angles do all quadrilaterals have? 4 angles. Well done. So we know that we've already grouped them by their number of sides and their angles. So today we're quickly going to look back and see how we could group them otherwise. We know that all shapes with 4 straight sides are quadrilaterals. And we know that all of these shapes over here are quadrilaterals. That's nice and easy for us. But then we wanted to find only the quadrilaterals with at least 1 set of parallel sides. And those are called trapezoids. And we went through and we grouped them all down here at the bottom with all their parallel sides. I drew my little lines on the sides to show that they are parallel. Then we wanted to group them for the quadrilaterals that have 2 sets of parallel sides. And those are called parallelograms. So here are all our shapes with 2 sets of parallel sides. Then we wanted to see which polygons had 4 right angles. And remember, a right angle is like a square. So we know that letters C, B, F, and H all have right angles. Then we wanted to see which polygons have 4 right angles and 4 equal sides. And we know that F and C have 4 right angles and they've got 4 equal sides. There we are. And we found out by turning it on its side yesterday that letter I does not have 4 right angles. It doesn't have any right angles. So we couldn't include letter I in that. Now we're going to get ready to analyze the quadrilaterals. Now, when we're analyzing our quadrilaterals, we want to think about how we compare compare them. We've already classified them by identifying what attributes they each have. Do they have right angles? Do they have equal sides? Do they have one set of parallel sides? Do they have two sets of parallel sides? But now we want to compare them and see what's the same and what's different about them. So when we were classifying our quadrilaterals, why do you think the number of polygons that we were including in each group got smaller as we added more and more attributes? Why do you think our number of shapes that got included in each group got smaller and smaller? Because when we started with our first group, we started with all our shapes, and as we went through our list, we started leaving out some shapes. And then we left out even more shapes. And then we left out even more shapes. And in the end, we only had 2 shapes left with all our attributes. So why do you think that happened? Well, the answer is really simple. Brain, can you tell us why? Simple, Mr. Deb. As the attributes become more specific, fewer shapes in our set share all of those attributes. Look at polygons C and F. They've been included in every shape. Why is that? Well, Brain, let's have a look at C and F. We know that C and F both have 4 right angles, 4 equal sides, and 2 sets of parallel sides. And that means they've got 1 set of parallel sides and another set of parallel sides. How many attributes is that? 4 equal sides, 4 right angles, and 2 sets of parallel sides. That's 3 attributes. Well done, Brain. That is 3 attributes. And there's a 4th attribute. We call all these shapes what? Quadrilaterals. So we have 4 attributes for each of these shapes. That's a lot of attributes to have. That's like asking Brain and Spike and saying, which of you is blue? Oh, I'm blue. Which of you has eyes? Oh, you both have eyes, but you're not both blue with eyes. Spike, you keep turning around there. So the more attributes we have, the fewer shapes there will be that can be a part of that attribute cluster. All right, so now we're gonna look, why aren't polygons B and H included in our last category? Remember, our last category says shapes with 4 equal sides and 4 right angles. Why aren't B and H part of that? Well, let's have a look. Here's B. Oops, I'm gonna move me. Here's B and here's H. Do they both have 4 right angles? Yes, they do. Do they both have 4 equal sides? No, they don't. This side is not equal to this side, and this side is not equal to this side either. So they don't have 4 equal sides, even though they have 4 right angles. Let's look at polygon I. It has 4 equal sides and 2 sets of parallel lines. This is parallel to this, and this is parallel to this, and all our sides are equal, but why isn't it included in this last category? It's got 4 equal sides. Does it have 4 right angles? These don't look like right angles to me. These ones look bigger than a right angle, and these ones look smaller than a right angle. So nope, it doesn't have 4 right angles. Just the same way that B and H have 4 right angles, but they don't have 4 equal sides. Let's make a new category, one that has shapes with 4 equal sides. So I'm gonna let you think about which shapes here have 4 equal sides, and I'm gonna show us all of our shapes. Here they are. Pause the video for a minute and see if you can figure out which of these shapes have 4 equal sides. Can you do it? Well, we have two shapes with 4 equal sides. Letter F and letter C, they both have 4 equal sides. And when a shape has 4 equal sides, it's called a rhombus. Even if it doesn't have right angles or parallel sides, as long as it has 4 equally long sides, it's called a rhombus. If you did it, give yourself a clap. Why is a square called a rhombus? Let's think about what a rhombus is. A rhombus is a shape with 4 equal sides. Does a square have 4 equal sides? Yes, it does. And why isn't our lovely shape I over here a square? Well, we already know because it doesn't have 4 right angles. Poor letter I. All right, let's go to our next slide. We've got one more thing to do. This is really, really, really exciting. So our part 3 of our lesson says decompose quadrilaterals into 2 triangles. Who can remember what decompose means? I'm going to do this. It's when you break one thing into its parts. So we're going to be taking our quadrilaterals and we're going to be making them into 2 triangles. Problem 4 asks you to use a straight line to draw a line between opposite corners in each quadrilateral in the chart. This kind of line is called a diagonal line. We're going to go and do that now. So I've got all my shapes over here and I'm ready to draw my diagonal lines. I'm going to see if I can make my line nice and red so it's clear. And remember, a diagonal line has to go from one corner to the opposite corner, right down there, just like that. Let's do it for letter C. One corner to the opposite corner, just like that. Let's do letter E, from one corner to the opposite corner. There we go. Let's do letter K, from one corner to the opposite corner. Let's do letter H, from one corner to the opposite corner. Let's do letter L, from one corner to the opposite corner. Let's do letter J, from one corner to the opposite corner. Let's do letter A. This corner is opposite that corner. Let's do letter G, from this corner to that corner. Letter F can go from this corner up to that corner. Letter I can go from this corner, or let's do it this way. Let's go from this corner. Oopsie. Whoopsie, I lost my line. Here, computer. There we go. I'm sorry, grade 3s. We're just getting it back. There we go. Letter I is going to go from that corner to that corner. Hopefully. Letter I. There you are. And letter D, this is a corner. And even though this corner is pointing in, it's still a corner. So I can say it's the opposite corner. So now we've broken up all our shapes, all our quadrilaterals into what? Let's have a look. How many sides does each of our new polygons have? Well, I'm going to start with letter C. And let's count them up. We've got 1, 2, 3 sides, and 1, 2, 3 sides. Let's look at letter B. We've got 1, 2, 3 sides, and 1, 2, 3 sides. Let's look at letter K. 1, 2, 3 sides, 1, 2, 3 sides. Let's look at letter A. 1, 2, 3 sides, 1, 2, 3 sides. It seems like we broke all these shapes into polygons that have 3 sides. What do we call a shape that has 3 sides? A triangle! Well done, brain. We call a shape with 3 sides a triangle. So now, on your paper for problems 2 and 3, on your problem set, you can go back and finish them by drawing diagonal lines inside your polygons to get 2 triangles. All right, so grade 3s, thank you very much for a wonderful lesson. I'll see you in our math meeting, superstars, and I look forward to seeing you later. Make sure you're doing your homework today and make sure you're ready for your meetings. Bye.